1,000 feet below the surface, the search is on for a monster.
That thing ready to drop?
We got one on. Tell them we got one on.
For a giant-sized squid as big as a ship. A risky plan that's never been tried before.
We got a squid on with a camera.
The danger is real.
There's some big thing down there swimming around us.
It gets me right on the arm and pulls my shoulder right out of the socket.
And the results could make history.
First impressions, gut reaction, it's big.
Witnesses around the world report seeing monsters. Are they real or imaginary? Science searches for answers on Monster Quest. The Sea of Cortez, a deep channel of water surrounded by the hilly Baja Peninsula and Mexico's mainland. Hundreds of years ago, pirates hid in coves here, preparing to ambush Spanish galleons. Folklore tells of vast treasures still hidden along this magnificent coastline. But further out to sea, something else hides within deep waters. For as long as they can remember, the native pangeros here have feared something they call El Demonio Rojo, the Red Devil, and accounts dating back centuries say it's a man-killer. This one may just be a baby.
Imagine a 100-pound carnivorous macaw parrot.
It's built very strangely. It has a bunch of legs coming out of its head.
So it can fly over to you, grab you with all of its arms.
Then you get the chitinous ring teeth, suction cups grabbing onto you.
Continue to bite and bite and bite and bite and take chunks out of you.
These experts are describing a very real creature. Demonio Rojo is a local name for a known species, the Humboldt squid.
The giant Humboldt squid has got to be the most fascinating animal that I've ever encountered.
Scott Cassell is a professional diver and cameraman with over 11,000 hours of clocked dive time. Experience has taught him to be wary of this predator.
They are the most opportunistic predators in the Sea of Cortez, and they eat anything that they have the chance to.
The largest known Humboldts weigh 200 plus pounds and reach lengths of about 8 feet. But there is a theory that they get much bigger. As big as a school bus, 50 feet or more. The goal of this Monster Quest expedition is to prove such a real-life sea monster exists by filming one for the first time. Roger Hanlon is senior scientist at the Marine Biological Laboratory in Woods Hole, Massachusetts. He investigates the behavior of cephalopods and other marine life.
I definitely believe the Humboldt is fully capable of attacking, quickly subduing, and eating a human being with little effort.
The Humboldt's morphology helps explain why it thrives in the ocean's depths. Shaped like a torpedo, the Humboldt propels itself by ejecting water through a hyponome, a muscular funnel that acts as a powerful siphon, and by using 2 diamond-shaped fins. Using this method, it can travel amazingly fast underwater, at speeds of up to 20 miles an hour. It uses this speed to chase food and evade predators between areas near the surface and the deeper waters below.
They vertically migrate almost on a daily basis. They stay deep during the day, they come up shallow during the night. They're following food sources, they're evading predators. The first thing you notice about this eye is its extreme large size. And this imparts the ability to see objects very clearly, high visual acuity at a distance.
Squid eyes are filled with a little-known substance known as rhodopsin, or visual purple.
And we know what the peak sensitivity of that rhodopsin pigment is. It's 492 nanometers. They see the world in shades of blue-green.
This chemical may also explain why much bigger squids are seen so infrequently. They dwell in deeper waters. Even in the dark abyss, they can see any approaching threat long before other creatures might. And when presented with these threats, Humboldt squids respond in a unique way. Chromatophores in the squid skin open and close to flash from red to white, possibly to signal danger.
It communicates by sight by using its chromatophores. The chromatophores are linked directly to the brain with the biggest neurons in the animal kingdom.
Imagine 50-foot predators with the ability to communicate and coordinate attacks. Their large brains suggest they have that capability.
The Humboldt squid has got to be the most fascinating animal that I've ever encountered.
But Scott Cassell knows firsthand that as fascinating as these creatures are, they are also dangerous. In 1996, in deep waters near the southern tip of Baja, Cassell encountered several 5-foot Humboldt squid specimens. When the first one reached out to touch him, it led to an experience he likens to a mauling.
Gets me right on the arm and pulls my arm back and gives it a good yank and pulls my shoulder right out of the socket. And as I was really shocked about what happened, I feel a couple more of them wrap onto my feet and they start to pull me down. And that's when I was like, oh God. And so I start reaching up to clear my nose, and just as I was trying to clear my, pinch my nose to clear my ears, another squid latches onto my thigh. And so I started to hit him and pull this arm off. And as I pulled this arm off, it kind of went back into its socket, but it wasn't any good. So I just held onto my camera as hard as I could, and I was beating this animal while the other ones were dragging me down, and I felt my right eardrum just pierce in. And it just imploded, so I ruptured my right eardrum, which, if you've ever experienced that, is just instant vertigo. So now I'm extraordinarily dizzy. I have no idea which way's up other than watching my bubbles.
At about 70 feet deep, Cassell is finally able to free himself from his attackers, but he now has another problem.
And I'm looking up at the boat, and I realize my mask has been flooded by one of the squid. And so now I'm clawing my way up to the surface, and I'm exhaling, and I get to the surface, and the fisherman's like, I told you were going to get hurt.
Cassell is fortunate his attackers were only 6 foot long, small in comparison to the giants some experts believe live here.
I believe that there could be large numbers of these monsters in the bottom Sea of Cortez.
Doug Heichik is a wilderness television producer and inventor of specialized camera systems. Heichik says there is a reason the monster-sized squid have not been discovered.
My theory is really based on nutrition. What I think happens is that the 5, 6, 8-foot Humboldt squid travel up and down the vertical water column, and on their way up they're gathering nutrition by way of eating fish and other small game. They're then traveling and migrating down to the bottom once a day, and there are monsters waiting in lair for these smaller squid. Basically, they're cannibalizing their own kind. And I believe that these monsters never see the light of day. They never travel up, and when they die, their bodies basically decompose at the very deep depths.
For years, Heichik has designed and deployed innovative camera systems to capture firsts in nature photography.
Every time I see footage from one of these camera systems, I always think, wow, I'm the first human for the first time to witness this. Can we do to add just to make it safe?
To prove this theory, Cassell's team has been recruited for one of the most unique squid expeditions ever attempted.
And that's pretty much what it's going to look like.
For their mission to be a success, several different things must happen. First, the team will have to find a Humboldt squid pod. Then they'll need